What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kimberly Janelle, your favorite tax nerd, tax strategist, CEO of the Entrepreneurs Business Club. I've done a video on this before, but I thought that it would be really great for me to touch on this as I'm digging through this amazing book, 475 Tax Deductions for Individuals and Self-Employed People, for businesses and self-employed individuals, excuse me. Hiring your children. So I'm kind of combing through here and finding the ones that I think pertain to small business owners immediately. And then I'm going to pull the layer back on some of the ones that you may not know about. So today in this video, I just want to talk to you about hiring your children. Now, I've had the privilege of hiring my 14-year-old just within this last week and come up with a strategy for what we are going to do with her money and in the business. So you can hire your children between the ages of 7 and 17 to work in your business. Now, that's the federal law, okay? There are also state laws. You need to check with your state labor laws, check your state labor laws to see if there is any differentiation between your state law and your federal law. But for federal, you can hire your child as soon as they turn 7 up until the age of 18, and you can pay them up to $12,000 of income and not have to pay taxes on that. Okay, so this is here's how it works. You have to do everything that you normally would do for hiring your child as you would with anybody else, right? You have an offer letter. In that offer letter, you describe and explain the duties of the child, what they will be doing, how often they will be doing those duties, how frequently they will be getting paid. And then you have to describe, or you have to explain what the wages will be, okay? So how often they're going to get paid, what the responsibilities and duties are, and what their wage is. The responsibilities of the child have to make sense for their age and your business, right? So in my business, we do tax planning, tax preparation, we do tax strategies, whole bunch of other stuff, right? I could not legitimately hire a 7-year-old if I had a 7-year-old. I couldn't hire a 7-year-old and say she's a tax preparer in my business. Totally inappropriate for a 7-year-old, right? They literally don't have the capacity, the knowledge, the ability to accurately prepare taxes at 7 years old. The IRS will not go for that, okay? But I can say that my 14-year-old is going to be scanning and faxing documents, sending emails, making copies, those sorts of things, those admin things that I needed to do, in addition to taking photos and managing my social media, those sorts of things. Those are age appropriate for my 14-year-old, right? I also have to say how often she is going to do these things. Is she going to work on a weekly basis? Is she going to work every day? How many hours a day? Because labor laws, right? I can't have my kid working 10, 12 hours a day. Even if it's in my business, that is against the state of Indiana labor laws. They can only work so many hours a day, and they can only work so many hours per week. So I have to make sure that my job that I give to her lines up with the state labor laws, right? So we've already described what she's going to do. We've described how often she's going to do it. So she's going to work 5 hours a week, 5 to 10 hours a week. That kind of gives me some leeway, right? And then I have to describe in this letter how much I'm going to pay her. Now, this is kind of could be kind of a tricky thing, because you have to make sure that the wage is appropriate for her responsibilities. In doing some research with this, I've read a couple different things that said, think about how much you would pay an adult to do the responsibilities that your child is doing, and you can pay them comparable. So if someone could work in an office and make $12 an hour doing the things that I am asking her to do, then by right I could offer her around $12 an hour if the work is age appropriate, okay? So you have to be mindful of that. You could not get away with your child working 5 hours a week and they make $250 a week. That would apply. That would break down to about $25 an hour. That would kind of be a hard sell. Okay, so you can either base that per hour or you can base it per week. So if you want to say my kid makes $100 a week, he'll work no more than 10 hours a week, which is $10 an hour, which is appropriate. Okay, minimum wage, depending on where you are. It may dance close to $10, so that would be appropriate. So after you've decided how much they make, what they're going to do, how often you're going to pay them, you've created this offer letter. You also have to create a timesheet. You have to keep track of the hours that they work in your business. You can simply do this by opening up a document on your computer and there's templates in Microsoft Word, I think is where I got it from, or maybe it's Excel, I don't know. There's templates. Pull up a template, put her name in it, his name in it, and every time they work, just document it. This date they worked an hour. On this date they worked an hour. On that date they worked an hour. And save it in your computer, okay? Because if the question ever comes back, did they really work? You have timesheets, just as somebody in a job at Walmart or Target or wherever would have record of their time, okay? So you have an offer letter. You are keeping track of their time that they are working. Here's where it gets great, okay? You need to set up a banking system for your child. 9 times out of 10, if they are a minor, they will not be able to have a checking account. It'll just be a savings account, but no big deal, right? Savings account, your name is on it as a parent, but every week you are paying your child into that account. What happens with this payment system is that you get to write off the money that you pay your child as contract labor. It's one of your business expenses, contract labor. And so you don't pay any taxes on that money. It comes out of your business income. It's an expense to you. So you get to write it off, right? But that money that's in your child's bank account now, because they are a minor, because they're under the age of 18, there is a limit that they can make every year that they don't have to pay taxes on either. So as long as they don't make more than $12,400, just think $12,000. As long as they don't make more than $1,000 a month, then that is tax-free money to them. So you have just shifted income from you and your business to your child, and neither of you have to pay taxes for that money. Now, let me tell you what the rich people do with this money that's here, okay? No longer do they buy Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and pay for gymnastics and buy baseball equipment and toys that they want and pay for beauty salon trips and nail salon trips and all those things. Your child can now pay for the things that you would normally pay for anyway with your own money. You then pay for that out of your child's income. So you're using tax-free money now to take care of expenses that you normally would take care of. And what the rich do is that they take a portion of this child tax-free money and they invest it. So then the child who's working at the age of 7, 9, 11, 12, when they're 16, they have money, tax-free money that has grown enough that they can buy a car. They have tax-free money that grows enough that they pay for their wedding when they turn 25. They have tax-free money that then grows and they can do whatever they want with it. It is tax-free to you. You write it off as contract labor. It is tax-free to them because they don't make more than the threshold. And then you take care of what you normally would take care of for your child out of this tax-free money. And it works. Okay? So take advantage of these strategies where you can keep more money in your pocket. You can build wealth. You can create legacy. I'm teaching my daughter how to run a business, how to manage a business, how to be an entrepreneur. She's learning it and seeing it firsthand by working with me and underneath me. And hopefully it cultivates in her the desire to be her own boss. So I hope you enjoyed this strategy. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. I would love to help make sure that you completely understand it, help you get some things put in place if that's what's needed. And ultimately, I want to help you get your money back because it is yours and you deserve it. All right? Until next time.